Hello and welcome back to Learn English. I'm Martin.
And I'm Luna. Hello, everyone. We are so excited to have you here with us today for another conversation practice.
If you are new to the channel, please take a moment to click that subscribe button and give this video a like.
Yes, please do. Hitting that subscribe button helps us so much, and it ensures you never miss a lesson. We upload new conversations every week to help you speak real, natural English.
Today, we have a very special, very happy topic. We are going to learn how to talk about birthday parties.
Who doesn't love a birthday party? It is such a fun topic. We are going to talk about how we celebrate, the decorations, the food, and of course, the presents.
Exactly. Asking someone, "How was your birthday?" is one of the most common ways to start a conversation. So we want to make sure you have the right vocabulary to answer that question perfectly.
It is a universal topic. No matter where you are from, you have a birthday. So, Martin, before we start, how are you feeling today? Are you in a party mood?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. I am definitely in a party mood. To be honest, I just love any excuse to eat cake.
I agree. Cake is definitely the best part. I'm feeling wonderful too. I actually went to a friend's birthday party last weekend, so I have lots of fresh ideas for this conversation.
That is perfect timing. So let's imagine it's someone's special day. We are going to walk through the whole event, from the moment you send the invitations to the moment the last guest leaves.
That sounds great. We need to start at the very beginning, before the party even happens.
You mean the planning phase?
Exactly. Let's get this party started.
Okay, Luna. So before any guests arrive, there is a lot of work to do. We call this the planning stage. What is the very first thing you do when you decide to throw a party?
Well, you can't have a party without people. So the first thing is definitely sending out the invitations.
Invitations. That is a key word. In the past, we used to send paper cards in the mail. Do you still do that?
Honestly, not really. It is a nice tradition, but nowadays I usually just send a digital invite. I create a group chat on WhatsApp or send a nice e-card via email. It is much faster.
That is true. It is very convenient. And on those invitations, there is usually a very important acronym, RSVP.
Yes, RSVP. It actually stands for a French phrase, répondez s'il vous plaît, but in English it just means please reply.
Exactly. It means, tell me if you are coming so I know how much pizza to buy. It is very rude not to RSVP.
I agree. Once the people are invited, we have to make the house look festive. We need decorations.
Decorations are what transform a normal living room into a party zone. What are your must-have decorations, Luna?
For me, it is not a birthday without balloons. Colorful, round balloons everywhere. But I have a confession. I hate blowing them up.
Really? Why?
I get so dizzy and I am always afraid one will pop in my face. Pop! It scares me every time. So I usually buy a pump or ask my brother to blow them up for me.
That is funny. I don't mind balloons, but I really like streamers.
Streamers, those are the long twisted strips of paper, right?
Yes, you hang them from the ceiling or across the walls. They make the room feel full of color. And of course, you need a big banner that says Happy Birthday.
Definitely. A banner is essential for the photos. Now, Martin, have you ever been to a theme party?
Oh yes. A theme party is where everyone has to dress up or decorate according to a specific idea. I went to a superheroes party once. I dressed up as Batman.
That sounds amazing. I love costume parties. It helps people relax because everyone looks a little silly.
It does. So the invitations are sent, the balloons are blown up, the streamers are hanging from the ceiling, and the banner is up. The house looks ready.
It looks ready, but now the nerves kick in. You're waiting for the doorbell to ring.
That is the moment of anticipation. Let's talk about what happens when the first guest arrives. So, the house is ready, the music is playing softly, and then finally, ding dong, the doorbell rings.
That is the most exciting moment. The party officially begins. I always run to the door to welcome the first guest.
And what is the standard greeting in that situation? What do you say when you open the door?
Well, usually I give them a big hug and say, "Hi, I'm so glad you could make it. Come in, come in."
I'm so glad you could make it. That is a perfect phrase. It makes the guest feel special and wanted.
Exactly. And if I'm the guest arriving, I immediately hand over the gift and say, "Happy birthday, you look great."
Compliments are very important. Now, as the host, the person throwing the party, you have some responsibilities when people arrive. You can't just let them stand by the door.
Right. You have to take their coats or bags. I usually tell them, "You can put your jacket in the bedroom," or "Let me take your coat."
And then you have to guide them to the fun stuff. A very common phrase here is, make yourself at home.
I use that all the time. It means please relax and be comfortable. I also say help yourself to some drinks and snacks in the kitchen.
Help yourself. That is crucial. It means the guests don't have to ask for permission. They can just take the food.
Now, Martin, let's talk about timing. If the invitation says the party starts at 7 p.m., do people actually arrive at 7 p.m.?
This is a big cultural question. In many English-speaking countries, if you arrive exactly at 7, you might be the only one there.
Exactly. We call this being fashionably late.
Fashionably late. That means arriving maybe 15 or 20 minutes after the start time, so the party is already busy when you walk in. It looks cool.
But you have to be careful. Arriving 15 minutes late is fashionable. Arriving 2 hours late is just rude.
Very true. So now more and more people are arriving. The room is filling up. The atmosphere changes.
Yes, it goes from quiet to loud. People are mingling.
Mingling. That is a great verb. To mingle means to walk around and talk to many different people, not just stay in one corner with your best friend.
It's the sound of a good party. Lots of laughter, chatting, and glasses clinking.
But eventually, the chatting has to stop for a moment because usually the lights go out and a very special song begins.
Oh, my favorite part, the main event.
Okay, the party is in full swing. Everyone is mingling, but then, suddenly, someone hits the light switch. The room goes dark.
That is the universal signal. Everyone knows exactly what is about to happen. It is time for the cake ceremony.
I love that moment of silence right before the cake comes out. Usually, the host or a close friend carries the cake from the kitchen.
And the cake is glowing because the candles are lit. It looks so magical in the dark room.
It does. Everyone turns toward the birthday boy or girl and starts singing. Now, Luna, be honest. Is the singing usually good?
Oh, absolutely not. It is usually terrible. Everyone sings at a different speed and in a different key. We call that singing off-key.
Off-key. That means not hitting the right musical notes. But that is the charm of it. It's loud, messy, and happy.
Exactly. And at the end of the song, "Happy Birthday to You," everyone stops and waits. This is the most important part.
The wish. Someone usually shouts, "Make a wish."
Yes, but there is a very strict rule about this. You cannot tell anyone what you wished for.
Right. It's a superstition. If you say your wish out loud, it won't come true. You have to close your eyes, think of something you really want, and keep it a secret.
I always take a long time to make my wish. I have to think carefully.
And once the wish is made, you have to blow out the candles.
You have to take a deep breath and whoosh, you try to blow them all out at once.
Another superstition says that if you blow out all the candles in one breath, your wish will definitely come true.
That is a lot of pressure if you're turning 50 or 60. That's a lot of candles.
That's true. Maybe you need a fire extinguisher for that.
After the candles are out, everyone cheers and claps. The lights come back on and the magic moment is over.
But the best part is just beginning. Now we get to eat.
Yes, we have to slice the cake. Usually, the first slice goes to the birthday person, and then we serve everyone else on small paper plates.
I always hope for the piece with the big sugar flower on it.
You have a sweet tooth, Martin. So everyone is eating cake, wiping frosting off their mouths, but there's usually a pile of colorful boxes sitting on a table nearby.
Ah, yes, the presents. Shall we open them? Okay. The cake has been eaten, and now everyone is looking at that pile of colorful boxes in the corner. It is time for presents.
Or gifts. Both words are perfectly fine to use. Now, Martin, this brings up a big cultural question. Do you open the gifts in front of your guests, or do you wait until they leave?
That is a huge debate. In many English-speaking countries like the US or the UK, it is very common to open them during the party. It's part of the entertainment.
Exactly. Everyone gathers around in a circle, and the birthday person sits in the middle. We call this being in the hot seat because all eyes are on you.
It is a lot of pressure. You pick up a box, and first you have to unwrap it.
Unwrap. That means to tear off the colorful wrapping paper or take the gift out of the gift bag.
And while you are unwrapping it, everyone is watching your face. They are waiting for your reaction.
So you open the box, you see what is inside, and no matter what it is, you have to smile.
Even if it is a pair of boring socks?
Especially if it's a pair of boring socks, you have to show gratitude. You should say something like, "Oh, wow, thank you so much."
Or a very common phrase is, "You shouldn't have."
Yes, you shouldn't have doesn't mean you made a mistake. It means you are too kind to spend money on me. It's a very polite way to say thank you.
Another good phrase is, "This is exactly what I wanted," or "How did you know?"
Those are great if you actually like the gift. But Martin, what if the gift is terrible? What if someone gives you a shirt that is 2 sizes too small and an ugly color?
That is awkward. You need to have a good poker face. You smile and say, "Oh, this is so unique. Thank you."
Unique is a polite code word for strange. And remember the golden rule of gift giving. It's the thought that counts.
Exactly. It means you appreciate the person's kindness, not just the object.
Now, does the gratitude stop when the party ends?
No. If you want to be a really polite person, you should send a thank you note a few days later.
A short text message is okay, but a handwritten card is classy. It shows you really care.
So, the gifts are opened, the wrapping paper is all over the floor, and the guests are starting to relax again. The formal part is over.
Now it's time for the real fun to begin. Let's play some games.
All right, the formalities are done. No more singing, no more speeches, no more unwrapping gifts. Now the party moves into a more relaxed phase, socializing.
This is my favorite part. The pressure is off. People usually break into smaller groups to catch up.
Catch up. That is a fantastic phrasal verb. It means to talk to someone you haven't seen in a while and share the latest news about your life.
You might hear questions like, "So, what have you been up to?" Or, "How was your new job going?" It's all about reconnecting.
But sometimes, just standing and talking can get a little boring. That is why a good party often has games.
Oh, definitely. Party games are great icebreakers. One classic game, especially for kids, but adults play it too, is musical chairs.
Ah, yes. You walk around a circle of chairs while the music plays, and when the music stops, you have to sit down immediately. But there is always one chair missing.
It gets so competitive. I have seen adults push each other to get a chair. It's hilarious.
Another popular one is charades.
Charades. That is where one person acts out a word or a movie title without speaking, and everyone else has to guess what it is.
It's great because it makes people laugh and act silly. You don't need any equipment, just your imagination.
If it's a more modern party, people might play board games or even video games like Mario Kart on the TV.
Or if the crowd is feeling brave, there might be karaoke.
Karaoke is dangerous, but after a few drinks, everyone thinks they're a pop star.
Speaking of drinks and fun, if the party is going really well, people might start dancing.
That's when the host turns up the volume on the music. The living room becomes a dance floor.
And usually, there's that one uncle or friend who has terrible dance moves but dances anyway.
We call that dad dancing. It's embarrassing but very funny to watch.
Eventually, though, people start looking at their watches. The energy starts to drop. The party is winding down.
But before we say goodbye to our imaginary guests, let's take a pause. We have used some really specific words today.
You're right. Let's do a quick vocabulary lesson to make sure everyone understands these important terms.
Okay, let's take a little break from our party story. We have used a lot of fun words today, but I want to make sure you really understand them so you can use them yourself.
Yes, let's do a mini vocabulary lesson. We have selected 6 keywords that you will hear at almost any celebration.
I'll start with the first one. It is the most important verb of the day, celebrate.
Celebrate. To celebrate means to do something special for a happy occasion. You don't just have a birthday, you celebrate it.
Exactly. You can say, how do you plan to celebrate your promotion? Or, we celebrated my mom's birthday at a nice restaurant.
Next word, host.
A host is the person who organizes the party and invites the guests. If the party is at your house, you are the host.
And the opposite is a guest. The host gives the party, the guest attends the party. A good host makes sure everyone has a drink.
My turn again. This is a beautiful adjective, memorable.
I love that word. Memorable comes from the word memory. If something is memorable, it is so special or interesting that it is easy to remember. You will not forget it.
You don't want a boring party, you want a memorable one. You could say, the fireworks made the night truly memorable.
Next up is a fun one, surprise.
A surprise is an unexpected event. It can be a noun like, the gift was a big surprise, or a verb like, I want to surprise my wife with flowers.
And don't forget the surprise party. That is when the birthday person doesn't know there's a party until they walk in the door and everyone shouts,
Surprise!
Exactly. Okay, next word, gathering.
Gathering. This is a softer, more relaxed word than party. A gathering is just a coming together of people.
Right. A party might imply loud music and dancing. A gathering might be just sitting around a table talking. You could say, we had a small family gathering for Christmas.
And our final word is tradition.
A tradition is something you do repeatedly in the same way, usually passed down through families or culture.
For example, it is a tradition in our family to eat pancakes on birthday mornings.
So those are your 6 power words: celebrate, host, memorable, surprise, gathering, and tradition.
Try to use at least one of these words in the comments later. Now that we have mastered the vocabulary, let's go back to our party. The music has stopped, the guests are tired, and it is time to say goodbye. Well, Luna, the music has stopped, the guests have gone home, and there's confetti all over the floor. The party is officially over.
It was a fantastic celebration, and we hope it was a great lesson for all of you watching. We covered a huge amount of vocabulary today.
Let's quickly recap the journey we just took. We started with the planning phase, sending invitations and putting up decorations like balloons and banners.
Then we talked about being a good host when guests arrived, telling them to make themselves at home.
We covered the tasty part, the cake ceremony. Remember the key phrase, make a wish, before you blow out the candles.
We also discussed the etiquette of gift giving. Even if you get a strange gift, remember to show gratitude and say, it's the thought that counts.
And finally, we learned how to describe the fun parts, mingling, catching up with friends, and playing party games.
The goal is that now if someone asks you, how was the birthday party? You don't just say, it was good.
Exactly. You can say, it was memorable. We had a delicious cake, I caught up with old friends, and we danced until midnight.
Or it was a lovely small gathering. We just had dinner and celebrated with a few toasts.
Remember, you don't need to use big, complicated words. Simple descriptions of what you did and how you felt are perfect.
Now it is your turn to practice. We have our question of the day for you, and we really want to read your answers in the comments.
Today's question is, what is your best birthday memory? It could be a specific gift, a surprise party, or just a nice dinner with family.
For example, I might write, my best memory was my 10th birthday because my parents gave me a puppy.
Or I might write, my favorite memory was a quiet dinner with my wife last year. It was very relaxing.
Please try to write 1 or 2 sentences in English below. Don't worry about grammar mistakes. We are here to learn together.
Thank you so much for celebrating with us today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are invited to our next conversation practice.
Have a wonderful week and happy birthday to anyone celebrating today.
See you in the next video. Bye-bye.